You're listening to I Love Old Time Radio with your host, Virtual Vinny. Welcome to a new month here on I Love Old Time Radio. Welcome, Old Time Radio fans. I'm your host, Virtual Vinny. You can interact with us via social media on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio and on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. You can send feedback to us via the contact form on our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. You can also anonymously tell us what you think of the show by filling out one of our surveys at iloveoldtimeradio.com/survey. I Love Old Time Radio produces a new show every Monday through Friday, each day with a different theme. Game shows are on Friday, and this game show is You Bet Your Life. We're missing only one show, so this is episode number 17, and it was originally aired on February 18th, 1948.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody mentions the word floor, F-L-O-O-R, at any moment during the next half hour, he gets $250 in cash immediately.
Really?
You bet your life. Elgin American, creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, finest dresser sets, present Groucho Marx in the new comedy quiz series, You Bet Your Life, produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,500 for one of our couples. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
A police detective and a private detective. And here they are, Sergeant Vic Penny from the Los Angeles Detective Bureau and Barney Ruditsky of Private Eye. Meet Groucho Marx.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you here. First of all, let's see how good you are at detecting. I'll give you a clue to the secret word. You tell me what it is and you get $250 instantly. It's something that runs all over the house. Sergeant, what's your deduction? Sergeant, no, you're the private.
He said it, Groucho.
What? Four? That's it. You've got yourself $250. Detective, tell me, why do they call you a private eye? What is a private eye? First, which is your private eye and which is your public eye? The green one is the private eye? The other's a public eye, tell me, why do they call you a private eye?
Because we work on cases that the police department doesn't work on, and confidential matters that some people don't like the police department and the public to know about, such as...
Such as what?
Marital cases, civil cases. We work on some extortion and blackmail cases, mostly keyhole peeking, so forth.
That's pretty drafty, isn't it? Huh?
Kind of.
Well, could you give us an example of one of these cases, that you could disclose to a...
Well, our policy is to keep everything strictly confidential.
Uh-huh. And how much are the policies?
Some of these...
Were you a detective? Where are you from?
New York City.
Well, what cases have you worked on in New York?
Well, I was on the gangster squad, and I worked on every known gang war. The Lindbergh. I also worked on all the Waxy Gordon, Dutch Schultz, Arnold Rothstein, Legs Diamond.
Well, you're lucky you're alive.
Yeah, very lucky.
I don't blame you for leaving New York. Sergeant, you're still awake over here.
Oh, yeah, I'm still awake, yeah.
What's your hometown?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? Uh-huh. Married?
Yeah.
Any little flat feet at home?
Oh, two.
How many?
Two.
Two, huh? One for each foot, huh?
That's right.
How'd you meet your wife? Were you on the prowl at the time?
No, I wasn't.
When did she finally snap the bracelets on?
Well, she didn't. It was her mother.
You married her mother?
No, I married her.
Oh. And, Dickie boy, well, you're a dick, aren't you? That's right. You married?
I was.
You were, huh? Did you look through too many keyholes? Any little Sam spades at home?
Yes.
One spade, huh? Two clubs. No, that... I thought I was playing bridge there. How'd you meet your wife? Were you giving her the private eye?
No, I was a detective at the time. Rookie detective went out on a burglary case. She was the victim. My partner got the culprit, I got the victim.
You have a child?
Yes.
I bet when you're home, you're always trying to pin something on the kid, huh?
No, it's too big for me.
Sergeant Penny, I believe it is, huh?
Yes.
Are you from heaven?
No.
No, quite. What kind of detecting do you do for the police department?
I work on the bunco squad.
What are some of the more common bunco schemes you've come across?
Oh, pigeon drop, smack rackets, diamond switch, pigeon, fruit shake.
What's the most exciting case you've ever worked on?
Well, the most exciting case I ever had, or rather the most interesting case I ever had was the time I caught a pickpocket with his hand in the judge's pocket.
And where did the judge have his hand, huh?
Well, I wasn't watching that.
Detective Ruditsky, do you ever have to use a gun?
Yes.
When do you use a gun most?
Well, we generally get into the middle of an extortion case or a blackmail case, and we work in cooperation with the local police.
You shoot the police?
I do sometimes.
Well, right now, you're both going to work on the same case, and if you solve it, the reward will be $2,500. In just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life. But first, Detective George Fenneman has a report to make about a sensational case.
Pardon me, madam, but your compact is showing. Yes, of all your accessories, your compact is displayed the most, at least a dozen times a day and evening. Does your compact look as new and smart as your other accessories? It does if it's an exquisite new Elgin American. Or is yours a sad and dreary compact that betrays your carelessness and ruins your smartness? Today, compacts are more than mere necessities. They're important fashion accessories that count big in your apparel picture. That's why the new Elgin American compacts are so much preferred. Designs and finish are exquisite beyond compare. Every detail of craftsmanship is perfection. In fact, Elgin American compacts are a temptation to take out of your bag more often than necessary, just to show them off. There's a wonderful selection at all leading department stores, jewelry stores, and specialty shops. And prices start at an easy $2.95. So look at your compact tonight. And tomorrow, get the one that's first in fashion, a glamorous new Elgin American compact.
Now let's play You Bet Your Life. You know, you two could earn $2,500 tonight. Sergeant Ruditsky, if you won, what would you do with your hair?
Well, I got a buddy that was in the service with me back east, and I think he's entitled to a little vacation. He got injured pretty well overseas, and I'd like to bring him out here and get some of this California sunshine.
Well, that'd be a wonderful way to treat him. And Detective Penny, how would you spend your hair?
Well, a part of it would go to a fellow in the police department by the name of Mickey Finn, a very fine police officer who has a Boy Scout troop made up of kids that have had a rough time in life. And he's doing an awful lot for them. He has a boat for them, and takes them to mountain camps and so on. They need uniforms. And,
Well, you both got mighty fine ways of spending that dough. Now, if you run your $20 into more than the other couples, at the end of the show, you get a chance at the $2,500 question. George, tell them how it's done.
Well, each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple earning the most money gets a chance at the $2,500 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they won't know what goes on until it's their turn, you see.
Now, here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Now, Sergeant Penny, what question category did you select?
baseball.
Okay, here it is. Your first question pays even money. You bet 10, make 10. Sergeant Penny, how much of your $20 will it be?
Bet 10.
10? Okay. What is the slang expression for third base?
Hot corner.
The hot corner is right.
And you now have $30, Groucho.
Fellow knows his baseball. Your second question also pays even money. Barney Ruditsky. How much of your $30 will you bet?
20.
Up to you, Barney.
20.
20? Okay, all right, here it is. What do you call a fly that lands between the infield and the outfield?
Texas League.
A Texas Leaguer is correct.
And that Texas Leaguer puts them at $50, Groucho.
All right, your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. Sergeant Penny, how much of your $50 will it be?
Bet 20.
20?
Bet 40.
All right, don't... Sergeant, don't let him influence you. You use your own judgment. Now, how much you going to bet?
I'll bet 40.
All right. All right, here it is. In baseball, what is known as a fireman?
The fireman is the guy that relieves.
A relief pitcher is correct.
Hey, they're on their way, really. They now have $130, Groucho.
All right, here it is, your last chance to beat the other couples. This question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. How much of your $130 will it be?
120.
120. These fellas must have been gambling in wheat. Here it is. All right, you've got $130. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. This question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. You're going to bet $120. Is that right? Ready? What is the slang expression for second base?
The Keystone
Keystone sack is right.
Yeah, that's right, Groucho. They wind up with a grand total of $490.
Thanks for being with us. I hope I'll be seeing both of you again, socially, of course. And good luck from Elgin American Compacts.
Well, Groucho, maybe the next couple will say the secret word just like our Barney Ruditsky did. It's floor. Okay, boys, bring them in. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience select a plumber and a housewife. And here they come. Mrs. Hattie Meyer and plumber Joe Rush meet Groucho Marx.
Hello, folks. Hello. Happy to have you on the show. Now, let's see if you can figure out the secret word for $250 in cash. Now, here's a clue. It's something that runs all over the house. Mrs. Meyer, what do you think it is?
Rain on the roof?
No. And Plumber Rush? Plumber, it's a fine name for a plumber. Rush, huh?
Children.
You ever see a plumber rush? What do you think it is, Plumber?
Carpet sweeper.
Carpet sweeper? No, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll say it while we're talking. Now, Mrs. Meyer, where are you from?
I was born in Nebraska.
And how long have you been married?
42 years.
42 years, huh? Well, how'd you meet your husband?
Well, I was going down to San Diego on a visit and went down the boat. And he had heard I was coming, and he'd made a bet with his brother that he bet his trousers that he would win me. He would go with me.
He was running around the boat naked?
No, he had bet his brother before he came. He heard I was coming, heard I was so popular, I had so many beaux, and he had bet him that he would meet me and he'd take me out.
And now he'd
make a date with me.
Now he gets all suits with 2 pair of pants, I suppose.
They always joke about it. That's a joke between them.
Well, I should think so.
So he got he went down to the warehouse and got the driver's
Permit?
No, the driver's team and wagon and drove down to the
Dock?
Yes, and before the boat landed,
I know the story as well as she does.
Perhaps you know it better because you see, I was an inland girl. I didn't know these things. It was my first boat trip, and as I got there, up at the head of the steps as they was dropping down, he was up there and he started whistling.
It's one of the horses didn't run away, huh?
Oh, he tied them fast, farther back.
Oh, they were fast horses.
I guess so. And he waved and motioned then, and then he told them, hollered something to them so that to attract attention. Everybody knew it and make me look up and look at him and wonder who he was. And so then.
Well, I bet you were doing plenty of flirting too at all this time, huh?
No, I was.
Oh, Hattie.
Well, he certainly did rush me while I was there. They took me to all the things out to all the sights around here.
Well, that's a very sweet story, Hattie.
He just did everything for me he could.
I enjoyed every hour of it. Does he still meet all the boats, Miss
Groucho, I'd like to give our housewife her smartly designed Elgin American Compact And for the plumber, a cigarette case
that's
finished
so
in
pretty.
satin silver by Elgin American.
Thank you.
Plumber Rush, I'll call you Joe, huh? Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Any little plunges at home? Two plunges, huh? How'd you meet your wife? Did she call you over to fix the pipes?
No, sir. I was frying some hamburgers in a small cafe, and she come in, and just she come in, I dropped a hamburger on the floor.
Floor, you
I'm awfully glad.
It was floor, and you said it, and we're getting ruined tonight.
Thank you.
So you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compact. And you can still win that $2,500, you know. Now, before you got married, tell me, being a plumber, did you forget anything at your wedding?
Well, I forgot where I parked the car.
Well, it was too late then to back out anyway. Well, now let's see how well a plumber and a housewife can work together as a team for $2,500 dollars. All right, now if you run your $20 into more than our other couples, you're going to get a chance at the $2,500 question. George Fenneman, remind our listeners how much our first couple won.
The two detectives are high so far with $490.
All right, here we go. Now let's see how high you can build your $20. Miss Myers, Mrs. Myers, what question category did you select?
The capitals of states.
Capital of states. Very good. Your first question pays even money. Bet 10, make 10. Mrs. Myers, how much of your $20 will it be?
$5.
$5? All right, here it is. What is the capital of Louisiana?
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge is correct.
They're on their way with $25, Groucho.
All right, you're on your way. Your second question also pays even money. Mr. Rush, how much of your $25 will you bet?
15.
15? That all right, Hattie?
Yes, sure.
All right, here it is. What is the state capital of Minnesota? State capital of Minnesota. Take a guess. I'm sorry, the answer is St. Paul.
And they now have $10, Groucho.
All right, you've now got $10. Your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. Miss Myers, how much will it be?
10.
$10? All right, what is the capital of South Dakota?
Pierre.
Pierre is correct.
Now they have $30, Groucho.
All right, here it is. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Your last question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. How much of your $30 will you bet, Mr. Rush?
I spent it all.
You're going to bet it all? You're going to gamble. All right, here it is. What is the capital city of West Virginia?
Charleston.
Charleston is right on the nose.
And for a quick comeback, they wind up with $120, Groucho.
All right, you wound up with $120. Thanks to both of you, and good luck from Elgin American Compacts. In just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life. And then we'll know who gets a chance at the $2,500 question. But first, George Fenneman has some three-way logic.
In case you haven't heard, every woman needs 3 compacts. One exquisite Elgin American compact designed for streetwear, one for dressier daytime clothes, and one for evening best. Just think a minute and you'll see the fashion logic of it. Today, with the new importance of accessories, the one you use most, your compact, should be in the mood of your clothes. You change hats and bags to have them in character with what you're wearing, well, your compact should be changed too. Elgin American has created the perfect compact threesome to keep each apparel mood in beautiful taste. Or you can select any 3 styles for your threesome box. Only Elgin American offers such a wide choice of designs in smart costume colors, silver finish, jeweler's bronze, and sterling silver. And prices start at $9.95 for 3. Don't let your friends get ahead of you in smartness with the 3 compacts every woman needs. Get yours tomorrow. 3 stunning, fashion-minded Elgin American compacts. For daylight, twilight, starlight.
Well, we'll soon know who's going to earn the most money tonight and get a chance at the $2,500 question. George, introduce our final couple.
Well, they've been in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know the secret word is floor. Okay, bring them in, boys. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a bachelor and an old maid. And here they come. Mr. Joseph Fisher and Miss Vera Nation meet Groucho Marx.
Hello, folks. Welcome for Elgin American Compacts. And if you tell me the secret word, I'll be moderately happy to pay either of you $250 instantly. It's something that runs all over the house. Now, Miss Nation, what do you think it is?
Well, I think it might be hot air.
It might. It very well might be hot air, but actually it isn't. Mr. Fisher, would you care to venture an opinion?
Would it be wire?
What?
Wire?
No, I'm sorry. It's not that. So, well, maybe you'll say why we're talking. Miss Nation, let's see. You're still a spinster, huh, Miss Nation?
I am indeed.
Indeed. I'm quite emphatic about it, too. And this is leap year. Aren't you leaping this year? Let's see. You're about 33?
Well, 16 years out, or a bad count.
16 years out? How many years have you been single, Mr. Fisher?
53.
Say, if you two got married and had a child, just think when your kid was 65, you'd only be 126. What's your hometown, Vera?
London, England.
London, England, huh? And do you commute?
Every morning I commute on my way to work.
What do you work at?
I teach.
You teach what?
I teach biblical work.
Biblical work?
Ah, yes.
Oh, you see. And what's your occupation, Mr. Fisher?
I sell.
So do you live alone?
Yep.
Who with? Well, if you live alone, who washes your socks and cooks your meals?
Oh, I do sometimes.
Sometimes. You don't wash your socks all the time. Well, how do you wash socks?
Oh, I soak them in a pan of water every night.
That's how you prepare lima beans, isn't it? Why aren't you married, Joe?
Well, everyone that I've liked hasn't liked me.
Have you ever proposed, Joe, to a girl?
Oh, yes.
And you were rejected?
Definitely.
Well, what did you say when you proposed? Maybe you said the wrong thing. What'd you say?
Asked her if she would. She said she would.
Well, you asked if she'd marry you, and she said she wouldn't, eh? I wouldn't marry you either with such a short proposal. Vera, honey. Why aren't you married if I'm not too nosy, eh?
Well, the first man, he was as quiet as a mouse. We'd never laughed at the same things. I just couldn't do with it. So solemn. The second one was dumpy and fat. It's true, his knuckles went in instead of sticking out.
You want a man whose knuckles go out instead of...
Standing there.
Tell me, Vera, have you tried pig's knuckles? They go out.
Can't afford them in this country.
Well, tell me, Miss Nation, have you ever met a man you wanted to marry? Outside of these two monstrosities you just met?
Well, not so much that I'd bother to live with him and mend his socks and all that sort of thing.
Look at Joe simpering on the side. I think you're both taking a lot of kidding here, and you're both good sports, and plus that, you make a charming couple. Now, let's see if you're going to be the high winners for the night and earn the chance at the $2,500 question. Vera, what would you do with your half if you won all that money?
Well, if I won all that money, it sounds a little thing, but I should send crates and crates of fruit juices home.
Now, we have enough, a minimum amount of food, but we don't have any of those lovely pineapple juice, grapefruit juice, tomato juice, peach juice. And I drink them and drink them here, and I'd love to send them home to people in England who haven't had anything so nice for such a long time.
Well, I hope you get a chance to send a lot of fruit juices back home. Now, you're the last couple to play You Bet Your Life. You beat the other two couples, and you'll get $2,500. Now, I can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The detectives are still high with $490.
All right, here we go. Now, let's see how high you can build you $20. Miss Nation, what question category did you select?
The biblical quiz.
Biblical quiz, and you ought to be pretty good on that. This is where Joseph Fisher gets a free ride. All right, your first question pays even money. Bet 10, make 10. Mr. Fisher, how much of your $20 will you bet?
10.
10. Okay, what city's walls were broken down by trumpet blowing?
Jericho.
Jericho is to the right.
There they go. $30 now, Groucho.
Your second question also pays even money. Miss Nation, how much of your $30 will it be?
20.
$20. All right, here it is. You're going to bet $20. Atop what mountain did Moses receive the Ten Commandments?
Sinai or Horeb. Nobody knows which it is.
Mount Sinai.
That answer is certainly worth $50, Groucho.
All right, your third question pays 2 to 1. Bet 10, make 20. Mr. Fisher, how much of your $50 will it be?
40.
40? All right, here it is. What great river had its source in the Garden of Eden?
Euphrates.
Euphrates is correct.
And that puts them at $130, Groucho.
All right, here it is. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Your final question pays 3 to 1. Bet 10, make 30. Mr. Fisher or Miss Nation, what's your bet?
How much have we got?
You've got $130. Now, if you bet 3 to 1, you would have $390 plus 130. You would have $390, $520 you would have. No coaching, please. Ready?
Huh? 80.
How much are you going to bet? You're going to bet $80. All right, here it is. Quiet, please. Who said, am I my brother's keeper?
Cain.
Cain is right on the head.
That means that their grand total for this evening, Groucho, is $370. And that means that the big winner for tonight are the detectives with $490.
I'm sorry you only won $390. But thanks for coming over from England. I hope you have a nice journey home, and thanks for being here. To you too, Joe. Now, congratulations. In just 30 seconds, I'll ask the $2,500 question.
But before we do, here are 2 important questions for our listeners. Have you looked at your compact lately? And do you have the 3 compacts every woman needs? Exquisite new Elgin American compacts are the answers. And they pay off with so much extra smartness and glamour that no woman should be without them. Get yours tomorrow. Remember, fashionable women, women who care, always carry compacts by Elgin American. And here's the winning couple, Groucho, the detectives who ran their money into $490.
All right, now here's the $2,500 question from Elgin American Compacts. All right, now here it is. Good luck. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly. Here it is for $2,500 in cash. One of the greatest contributors to the freedom of the United States was also the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. What was his name? You learned it in school. Just one answer now.
Thomas Jefferson?
No, I'm sorry. It is not Thomas Jefferson. The first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court was John Jay, J-A-Y. So that means the big question next week will be worth $3,000. You've been a wonderful team, and in addition to your gifts from Elgin American, you earned $490, and it's all yours. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
Be sure to tune in every Wednesday night for You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx. Next week, the big question pays $3,000. You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed in Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan, music by Stanley Myers, and presented by the creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, and finest dresser sets, Elgin American.
Good night, folks. Have you looked at your compact lately?
Welcome back. Wow, $490 for the first team, which is the most we've seen so far. That $490 was worth about $5,000 today. Add the $250 for the secret word, and that's over $7,000. It's no wonder why contestants were very excited with what they won. That's going to do it for our program. You can find I Love Old Time Radio on iTunes, the Google Play Store, and on Stitcher. You can listen to us on your Alexa device through TuneIn. Please take the time to rate us and leave a comment as well. Like us on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio, and you can follow us on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. Comments and questions can be directed to our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. If you'd like to help support this show, you can do so at iloveoldtimeradio.com/support. The Shadow returns on Monday, and Groucho will return next Friday for some more You Bet Your Life. For iloveoldtimeradio.com, this is Virtual Vinny. Have yourselves a good weekend.